Hey, welcome to another episode of Amp Up Solar Talk. Joining me today is Nicole Tomasin, our Director of Product Strategy and Vendor Relations. Nicole leads our team who evaluates and sources our products, always making sure that they are innovative, reliable, and affordable. Today, we're going to be talking about what goes into choosing the products and partnerships that you see here at Signature Solar, and how those decisions are helping to shape the future of solar energy for homeowners and installers alike. If you're watching live, be sure and drop your questions in the chat. We'd love to include you in the conversation. Nicole, welcome to the show today. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. I am amped up to be here today.
Yay. Well, we're so glad you're here. Now, you've been in the solar industry for a while. Tell us a little bit about your background and the roles that you served.
Yeah, so I've been in the solar industry for a little over 20 years. I've worked with homeowners, installers, contractors, finance companies. I've worked with manufacturers, global manufacturers. I worked with product development team, and all of those things wrapped up in a ball of the solar coaster that is in our industry brought me here today to Signature Solar, where I'm super happy to put all of that into play and get to talk about it with you.
Yeah, well, we're really glad that you're here. Now, all those experiences that you bring to Signature Solar, how does that help shape what you do in procurement?
Yeah, so I think procurement is not just buying parts, right? It's really thinking about who is the end user of the product that we are going to look at, or that we bring on, or that we sell and support. So all of those experiences give me different angles of what that consumer needs. Is it a homeowner? Is it a business? Is it a school? Is it a solar farm? We service so many different customers. It's really kind of amazing, all the work that we do here, and exciting too, because we get to have a line card of lots of different things. But we really want to be solving real world problems for our customers. And my team is really focused on what is that problem? What is that real world customer? And what do they need? We want to focus on safety, reliability, products that are going to last, products that are going to bring them the energy independence that they're looking for, or the financial return that they're looking for, or their environmental return that they're looking for, all different motivations that we have. And we want to really dig into, is this product going to solve a problem for the consumer better than something we already carry on our line?
Right. So you're saying that the thing that you want to emphasize is, what problem are we trying to solve? And then, does this product solve that problem?
Safely, reliably,
great,
affordably, right? We want to think of all of those things, and we need to see different things out of our manufacturers that maybe other distributors don't look at. We want to know RMA rates. We want to know what their technical support looks like. We want to know if they're going to come in here and work with our team, so we can provide the best service that we possibly can selling these products to these customers. So we want manufacturers and vendors and parts and pieces that we really feel partners with, because in the end consumer is the goal, right? We want to give safe, reliable, affordable solar equipment to a contractor to go install to their homeowner, and then they don't have to come back to us and get something new, or it's broke, or they don't know how to install it. We want to work with those manufacturers that want to be forward facing and are proactive in those things, because our team we're unique here, and our team kind of forces our manufacturers to fit that mold. And if they don't, then we look at something else.
Yeah, I want to focus in on something you said. You said you look at RMA rates. Can you define what that means for our audience?
Yeah. Could I define what RMA
What does RMA stand for?
No, I can't. I definitely cannot define that for you. But it's, if the product is faulty or there's something wrong with it, then it gets returned and a new one gets replaced in it, or a new one gets sent in its place. So there are manufacturers that are really bad at that, and they don't have the service behind the product and their sales team to be able to send that quickly, efficiently, get it right back, so the consumer is not out on their system, or their financials don't get affected, all of those different things. But we want to make sure that that is something that we're looking at, because that can hold up a lot of things on the other end. That's a contractor going back on site, costing them money. It's a homeowner's solar system down and not getting the returns that they need, or in a severe outage and their system is off. If they didn't get a quick replacement on that material, it could affect exponentially.
Right. So manufacturers that back their products and back it easily and quickly, and that helps us with the products that we sell.
Yes. Yes. And
Perfect.
we want them to be focused on who's the end consumer of their product, right?
Sure.
It's not us. We know that. We're bringing the products in and we're making them available to sell. And contractors can buy them from us, developers can buy them from us, other sub distributors can buy them from us, and consumers can come to Signature Solar and buy them. And we want to have confidence that we're putting something in front of all of our sales teams to be able to be sold to the end consumer and that they're confident in selling it too.
Right. I hear you continuing to talk about the consumer being the
Yeah.
in person that we have in mind. And that's really great. Are there certain trends or customer needs that have been shaping the types of products that you guys have chosen to bring on board lately?
Yes, for sure. So energy independence is something that we're looking at in a full ecosystem of products. So we have a line card full of different things that fit different needs and meet different needs. But what we want to make sure that we're focused on is this ecosystem that is driving the market currently. Customers want energy independence. They want to own their own power. They don't want to rent power anymore from the grid. They are finding the grid unreliable, or they're reading articles that are talking about AI data centers coming in and grid reliability going down and outages coming. And all of these things are true. All of these things are happening. The other thing that's happening is the electric utility companies are charging more. If we look at markets like Hawaii or California or New Jersey or some of the higher priced electric markets, we need to provide something where homeowners, consumers, contractors, everyone in the chain can supply something that's reliable and affordable to fight all of those different things that are happening.
Absolutely. It just keeps going up. And when you can
Yes.
generate your own electricity, it just seems, when you can be in control, that just seems to be the way to go about it. And one of these days, I hope I'll be there. One of these days.
We could all strive for that.
Yeah. Can you think of a time when your team decided not to move forward with a product? And is there a time that you guys have done that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we say no probably more than most people think we do. So we're vetting products every day. Before I came in here with you, I was looking at something new, sent it to the team. They're going to vet it out. We might say yes, we might say no. Who knows? And we can get all the way to the end of the process and still say no. Or we have it on our line card. It doesn't perform, or we find that they've slipped, or shipping times didn't make it here, affordability, maybe their prices are kind of all over the place, and we'll say no and end them on our line card. It's important that we have full visibility into everything that's happening with our vendors, our manufacturers, who we believe, again, are our partners, so we can continue to vet and see new things. And again, like I said, we say no a lot more than most people think.
Yeah. Now, solar components come from all over the world.
Yep.
Right? How does your team evaluate quality and ensure that what we carry, every product that we carry, meets the standard that Signature Solar wants to uphold across the board for, performance and reliability, as you continue to say?
Yeah. So being a distributor that buys products globally puts us at an advantage, right? There are different places in the world that produce different products that is their forte, and we like that. So we vet a product no matter where it comes from in the world the same every time. We, again, drive all the way back to who's the end consumer, and does this product meet what we need to solve, and what is that problem that we're solving? So every time one of my team comes to me with something new, the first question I ask is, who's going to buy this? Who needs this? And where it comes from really doesn't matter to us. And again, we have lots of different things from all over the world, and we welcome different manufacturers that are global, those that are here in the US, which we see is a driving factor right now. More manufacturers are coming to the US. Politically, that's being favorable for lots of different reasons, which is great, because then we can actually go see them a lot easier.
Yeah, you can actually walk through their companies and see how things are made, and that's going to be very beneficial, I would assume.
Very beneficial, yes. So if my team can go into a manufacturing plant easily, or go see the vendor because they have operations here, that makes a much better partnership for us. But again, we function very well, and if we have to work at night, we do that, because some of our vendors' time zones are different, and it shouldn't affect the end user, right? Signature Solar is putting out a product that we can be confident on because my team is doing the work behind the scenes so that everybody else in the company can be selling and supporting the end user.
And when you talk about behind the scenes, I've absolutely heard them talk about calls that they're taking in the middle of the night.
Yep.
For sure. How would you define high quality? When you talk about bringing in a high quality product, how would you define that?
We're going to look at RMA status. We're going to look at testing. We're going to look at financial viability. We're going to look at brand name and strength in the market. And again, affordability. So we're looking for the best product at the best price. And we can confidently say that to our end consumer, if that's contractor, solar developer, or an end user, homeowner, DIYer, that they're going to get something that we can stand behind and at the best price.
Sounds good. We do have a question that came in from Ed's DIY Solar Farming.
Yeah.
He says, will there be any other high voltage batteries offered in the near future?
Oh, dun, 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 dun. He's going to steal my thunder. Yes, we are vetting some other high voltage batteries for our line card right now, which is great. I'm super excited for those to come out. So please stay tuned. We haven't finalized some of those partnerships, but it is exciting to be able to bring in some more of those high voltage products.
Nice. Greg wants to know, how will tariffs and government policies affect the product that Signature Solar gets in the future?
So currently tariffs affect price, and we have new tariffs coming. We have new tariffs going. It depends on the day and what's tweeted or put on Truth Social, what our tariffs are going to look like for tomorrow. So we're trying to be agnostic of that. Price is going to fluctuate. We know that. But tariffs is something that we just know we have to deal with. We have a great global logistics team that helps us with all of those things. And we push this back to our manufacturers. We want them to be open and transparent. And our partnerships work because we benefit each other both ways. And this is something that we work with all of our manufacturers on.
You've mentioned partnerships a couple of times.
Yeah.
We recently, you guys made a partnership with Briggs and Stratton.
Yes.
To bring whole home backup generators. Why was that a strategic partnership for Signature Solar?
I mean, the name and the brand Briggs and Stratton brings us back to, I think they started in 1908 in Milwaukee. Solid brand in this country, something that, consumers can count on, which means something to the end user. And we feel like generators does not compete with solar and battery and the ecosystem that we're building. We think it is part of it. We think it's something that supplements and helps the solar, battery, microgrid, whatever we want to call it, that we're giving to our homeowners. So Briggs and Stratton was kind of a no-brainer to partner with. They've got a great product. They have a great brand. Their warranty is excellent. Their service is excellent. And I don't think we could find a better partner in that.
How do generators fit into the broader context of solar and battery backup with a whole home backup generator to support that?
Sure. So this is how I see it. And we can argue if you want to.
No, I don't want to argue. I just want to know what you think.
I'll give you my opinion. Solar captures the free energy that the sun gives us, right? And I believe that there's enough energy in 1 hour from the sun that can power the whole world in 1 hour. So solar captures that. These things capture that for us. The batteries, they store it and they distribute it and they manage it. So we're putting a small little power plant on a home. It's capturing the free energy. The battery is going to store it for either use later or something called rate arbitrage, where you're using power against your electric bill in later times or times where that power gets very expensive. The generator now provides resiliency for the customer for long-term outages, or, examples like what happened here in Texas with the freeze and the long-term outage. That generator is going to help that solar system continue to provide power to homeowners. They don't lose power. They can still use everything in their home, and they can put the heat on. And that was tragic what happened with the grid. We see it in California in the extreme heat and the power shutoffs for emergency. When it gets too hot and too windy and dry and no humidity in the air, then they do power shutdowns for safety, for preventing fires. Now the generator can be part of that ecosystem, providing long-term resilience for our customers and bring everything put together.
For the record, let me say I agree with you. I think it's a benefit if it's something that you can afford for sure,
Yes.
because
Yes.
Your batteries can run out when
Yep.
when there's no solar, or the weather is not cooperating and you've used everything out of your batteries. Ultimately, the generator is there to not only recharge your batteries but provide the load when you need it to.
And
Sure.
before solar battery storage became as popular as it is now, generators have been there, right? And like we said, Briggs and Stratton has been one of those just powerhouses in this space, and they've seen that adding this to the solar battery kind of ecosystem, like we talked about, just makes the customer and the end product for the customer just even better.
And with the Briggs and Stratton generators that we're carrying, the nice thing that I noticed was a benefit is they offer flexibility in the kind of fuel that you're using as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
There's a lot of ups and downs in the solar industry now. People are kind of concerned about where it's going and not really sure about what to think about it.
Yeah.
In a recent LinkedIn post, you wrote that solar isn't dying.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's growing up, you said. Talk a little bit about what you meant by that.
So, we're evolving. And the industry, I've been in it for 20 years. Some people say it's still very, very new. I like to think that we're still on the up and up, and we're still growing. And a lot of people do think that tariffs, the new big beautiful bill, different legislation coming out of politics that could be affecting our industry. I think differently. I think now hardware companies need to evolve. I think finance companies are going to evolve, and we're going to see a different generation of the same thing that we've been doing that's bigger and better and solves more problems for our homeowners. We're already seeing this evolution, and I'm here for it. I'm super excited about it. And those that don't evolve, they will fall off, and that's not a bad thing. That's just that's evolution.
What parts of the evolution are you seeing happening right now?
We are seeing batteries and solar help homeowners not only have backup power, but provide an income. This is new, right? And this isn't anything that we could think of 10, 15 years ago in this industry, is that homeowners could have a small little power plant at their home, join into something called a virtual power plant with their utility company, and get paid for the excess power they're generating for the grid when it needs it. So in California, there's something called the duck curve. And at 5:00 p.m., when all people get off work and they're at home and they're now starting to use all their power, and there's not enough solar power coming into the grid because the sun is going down, batteries kick in. And if homeowners can provide that back to the grid, then they can get paid for it. We're seeing AI intelligence come in, which is super exciting for me. And that innovation, I think, is going to take us exponentially above where we are now.
Okay. And so these virtual power plants has become more and more talked about.
Yeah.
And I think people are still trying to understand what exactly this means, but it's just an agreement with your power company, right?
Yeah.
That allows you they pay you for some of the energy that you're producing at different times when they need it.
Yeah, that's the demand on the grid is different all day long. Right. And there's operators of the grid that have to manage that. And when solar is in the grid and infusing into the grid, we do different things with that than when there isn't enough solar and other power plants have to come along. So a virtual power plant is one big power plant broken up into all these different places. Could be businesses, it could be solar farm with storage, it could be homeowner's house, it could be a lot of different things. And if the grid calls for extra generation from any of these stored energy in any of these batteries, and you are a part of one of these programs, then your system starts deploying and you're helping the whole grid be stable and provide power for or different things. It's not just providing power. There's a lot of different things we could talk for days on, but it's amazing now that we can have all of these different things for all of our different consumers that can participate if these things are available in their areas.
Right, but how about that change of mindset? Right?
Yeah.
You're no longer paying the grid, they're paying you.
Yeah. So what used to be for solar is solar used to put extra energy into the grid, and people use the grid as their battery. We can't count on that anymore. We've seen this too many times. If you live in Hawaii, you can't put excess power into the grid because their grid can't handle it, right? And so for the longest time, you had to put a battery on, and if you over-generated, you grounded out the extra power and it was a waste. Now we can do different things with it. And the more we innovate and the more we see some AI, some remote data computing, all these different things that are really cool that are happening, it's just going to evolve and the homeowner's going to benefit.
Right. Sounds great to me.
Yeah.
We do have some more questions. Greg wants to know, do you know if lithium costs are going to impact cost or availability in 2026?
I do not know that. Yeah, I wish I did. And I'm sorry that I don't. But currently, I don't have a take on what lithium costs are going to be in 26. Okay. I apologize.
Dimebag Coins, I guess we'll find out pretty soon, right? Dimebag Coins wants to know, what panel makes the most energy and how much does it make these days?
Okay, so solar panels make energy. All of them are different sizes. They all have different efficiency rates. So it just depends on the size, the manufacturer, and what on the back of the sheet that the solar panel says that it's going to make. I can't tell you that which one is better. We could say the largest one that we could ever buy produces the most power, but that's because it's so large, but maybe it's not the most efficient. So there's lots of different solar panels in the market. What the key thing is those that Signature Solar has and that we sell, they work and they produce and they're efficient and they have good warranty and good backing.
And, you know, depending on what kind of system that you're wanting for your home and your loads, our sales team can maybe help you out, or design team if you want to give us a call here at Signature Solar. He also wants to know, Dimebag Coins, how long until fusion and what does this all look like in a world after fusion?
So I think we're talking about nuclear. And as soon as we can get the permitting cycle down for nuclear power, we're going to see it stick right in there with the evolution of our energy ecosystem. So I'm all for that too. I just don't live in that world, so I don't have a lot of info on it. Yeah.
Right. Well, you've also talked about solar moving toward real value and real economics. And maybe we've addressed this a little bit, but from your perspective, what does that shift mean for homeowners as they plan their solar projects going into the next year?
Yeah, so tax credits changed, right, this year, and we saw a decline in of a certain tax credit, 25D, that's going away, and economics for homeowners are looking different. Solar financing for homeowners is now changing, right? We're seeing this evolution. They're coming up with different products. Those that were based on tax credits have to change and evolve to stay in the business. So the economics for the homeowner will continue to change as we see different products come in that help them. And the products themselves are just going to be better, more efficient, and have different features on it that help the economics for the homeowner, right? Like we talked about VPP readiness, different programs. There's lots of different things coming in the industry that I think affect all of that for the end consumer.
Nice. Dimebag Coins, one last question. What is the current highest panel efficiency then, please?
Oh,
same question.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what the highest is right now in the industry. I would think that it's above 25, 26%, but I would have to check on that. So hopefully I can. If I can get back to you, maybe we can answer his question.
Yeah, we can. If you'll, we'll put that on our YouTube comments section.
Perfect. I will find the answer.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So last question. You've had a lot of different roles in the solar industry. What is the most innovative or exciting thing that's coming out that you're seeing right now?
Yeah, so I touched on this a little bit, but I think what AI intelligence is going to do to our industry is exciting and fresh and something that I'm super involved in and following. I think products that are going to come into the home, and we already have some, right? We have Nest thermostats, we have energy management devices, we have smart panels, we have smart breakers, all these things. But the AI intelligence that's going to come in and get infused into these products that are going to manage this ecosystem for homeowners, it's going to get very exciting. Learning what the home or the business needs, learning what the grid needs, and learning what this system is producing and what can be done. is going to get really, really interesting in this next couple of years.
Yeah, and a lot of people are afraid of AI, but AI can be as simple as your Roomba vacuum cleaner that leaves its home station and goes through your home and vacuums and returns to its place. But when it's effectively managing your energy at your house, it can't be anything but beneficial, I would think.
Yeah, I mean,
but it can even grow from there and learning how you best use your energy.
For sure.
Where do you see it going?
I mean, we have a product now, the Emporia energy management device called the View, that gives homeowners just real-time data of what they're using, what their circuits are doing. We have other products that have smart intelligence in it, and you can see in their apps what's going on with their systems. All of these types of things are just going to continue to incorporate with each other.
Yeah.
All of the smart appliances, refrigerators, homes, those, dryers that come up on your phone and tell you your clothes are done. All of those things are going to start working together, and they already are and integrating, but we're going to see this more and more popular, and just provide even better solutions for our consumers.
Yeah, it's exciting where things are going.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, Nicole, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing your insights into how our products and partnerships really do come together.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to me to hear how much thought really does go into every decision, into what shapes the products that we bring to our customers.
Yeah.
So visit us at signaturesolar.com to see the quality products that our team is working really hard to bring to you, ensuring the value and affordability on the products. If you've enjoyed this conversation, be sure and subscribe and follow us on Facebook at Signature Solar US so you never miss an episode. And we'll see you next time right here on Amp Up Solar Talk.